Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door remake is now live, and as I played the game, I noticed tons of brand new changes compared to the original. So I thought I would give you guys a list today of 20 unique little changes that they made from the original game that came out on the GameCube. And I'm not gonna lie, after just completing the first chapter of the game, I found almost 50 unique new changes. So definitely let me know in the comments down below if I missed any from chapter 1 that you would like to comment. Of course, this is not gonna be all of them, we're just doing 20 today, and if you guys enjoy this series, we'll continue on throughout the rest of the game. But thank you so much for tuning in. Stop what you're doing, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you guys love Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door and videos like this. We are super close to 300,000 subscribers, and you can make it happen throughout this series. So just leave a like and subscribe, it'll only take a quick second. Of course, we're not talking about every little tiny detail in this video, but just little things that did change and that were pretty noticeable within my playthrough. So if you found anything else, once again, comment them down below, and let's jump into the list of 20 little changes in Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. Now, for those that didn't play the original, the beginning intro theme is completely different. This time, the book and the pages in the book are completely animated, where originally it was just pictures in a book that would scroll through. So this is definitely a big change. Next up, it's been confirmed that the title screen will only have the partnered characters on the title screen that you have collected so far, where originally it would have all of them from the very beginning. This makes it feel more like the adventure is unfolding. Mario and Luigi's home have gotten a revamp. As you can see in the remake, there's a brand new section on the back end of the house in a green tint. Maybe that's Luigi's part of the house, where in the original it was just one small little house and you really couldn't see anything else behind it. The new version of the world map is different. It starts off completely black and white, or tan, or dirty, whatever color you want to give this one, and it doesn't light up until you do each chapter, and there's some things that are different with them as well. The remake does not have the moon on the map yet. Some of the layout of the towns and villages are different. The train is actually shown on the new map, and you can see the Rogueport sewer system in the city down below on the new map as well this time, which makes a lot of sense considering the fact that the name of the game, The Thousand Year Door, is actually down there. It's one of the most important places of the entire game, so now it's properly shown. Extremely small detail, but the coin that flips and turns at the beginning of a new chapter is now in full 3D, even though it's made out of paper still. Let's jump into Rogueport and find some more differences. There's tons of water puddles everywhere that you can actually jump in and slam your hammer in, and it will make little puddles and splashes and waves as you walk through them. Also in the original game, you could not hit characters or even your own partners with a hammer. It would just go right through them and nothing would happen, where now in the remake, every single NPC and even your partners will have effects when you try to hit them with a hammer. Now when you enter battles, the stage will fold in a big dramatic way. Every prop and set in the background will fold in differently than it used to. There's also a new enemy animation right before the battle begins. They'll give Mario like an angry, ready to battle look. If you take a while to do an action while in battle, the game will think you're in a thinking phase. But then it will play a calmer, less instrument version of the battle theme, very similar to the way it did in Origami King as you were planning out your route. You can now clearly see the posters that are spread around Rogueport, and before, it definitely still was, at least it looked like a Koopa Troopa with a cowboy hat on, but his face was covered. Now you can actually see his face, and it's pretty clear, and it's splattered all over Rogueport. Whoever this Koopa Troopa is, he's a real menace. I mean, goodness gracious, that's a lot of zeros. There's a new loading icon that shows the 7 crystal stars at the bottom right corner, and they flicker through their colors, where in the original, there was no loading circle at all. It was just a black screen. Goombella now has a new theme song that plays when you first meet her at the beginning of Rogueport. There's a brand new hint system in the game where you can pretty much just tap ZL and Goombella will give you a hint, and she can just pop up random times and give you hints as well if you're struggling to find something. You can now use your hammer to find hidden floorboards beneath the ground, and before you couldn't do this. In fact, there was only like one specific spot in the game that allowed you to use your hammer to find this, where normally you would always have to use the ground pound in order to find these and obviously get them up. Still crazy that Nintendo decided to leave the noose in the middle of Rogueport, but you can now interact with it by moving it around and kind of just jamming your head into it. No, you can't hang Paper Mario. Don't try it. Before, when you would go into a shop in Rogueport, the music would just get a little bit more quiet, where now it actually changes its theme based on the shops that you go in, which is very similar to that of, once again, the Origami King. Zesty's room is now a little bit darker thanks to the lighting in this game, and it has tons of new ingredients and stuff all over the place, including a lamp hanging from the ceiling, and the fact that you can interact with everything in the kitchen by moving things around by slapping it with your hammer. Some of the areas with graffiti is different now. For instance, in the back alley, you'll see lots of N's that got completely erased now to just 2 lines, kind of like eyes. So I don't know why. Maybe Nintendo saw that as like a gang symbol or something and they wanted to get rid of it. I guess N could have been like the gang symbol for Nintendo. I don't know why they couldn't have left that. It's whatever. You can still see the roaches walking across the ground just like the original, but you can actually kill them now for a coin. Some of you might remember that house that's in the back alley of Rogueport that has a toad outline on the ground like a crime scene happened and a toad died. Now this was actually removed from the English version of the original Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, but for every other location it was there. And well, with the remake, there's no toad outline. Whether you see this as a positive or a negative, at least the toad didn't get killed again. Also with this same room, the original had flies flying around the area, where in the remake there's no flies whatever, but that roach is still there. For the last one of today's video, I know this one's pretty lame, but there's more trash all over Rogueport. Yeah, if you looked at the original, there's a couple trash cans knocked over and stuff, but there's a lot of areas where they just added brand new giant pink cans just laying on the floor and just a whole bunch of new trash. And that was over 20 little differences between the remake and the original from Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door. There's still so many more, and if I missed any up until now, definitely let me know in the comments down below. Don't worry about spoilers because I'm going very slow and we're starting from the very beginning of the game and working to the very end, so you'll probably be, playing alongside me as I'm talking about these. But thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy this, and I'll see you all on the next one. See ya, guys.